Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I was looking into Leticia's teaching certifications and schooling, and because we still had some questions. I know a lot of people are still kind of wondering what kind of education did she have, what kind of certification did she have, what was she lying about, what wasn't she lying about when it comes to the teaching stuff. I know we figured out that she graduated with a bachelor's in political science, and we're still not sure if she got a master's and doctorate like she's claiming. So I was looking into the certifications and licensure for education that she claimed that she had, just to see if it was true. So let's start with the first one, like the earliest, going by dates that I could find. What is the South Carolina license and certifications? So I went on the South Carolina Department of Education site. I followed the correct prompts to find Letecia Stauch's certification information. So, educator certification status public lookup. We have Letecia H. Stauch. Don't know why she has a H. Another one of her lies, because her middle name is what, Lynn? Leanne? I don't even know. I've seen it Leanne. I've seen it Lynn. That's why I asked her former high school classmate when I had her on. I've seen different middle names that she's used. So I was just curious in high school what she told her classmate what her middle name was. So here we go. We have certificate number, certificate status. This is permanent revocation. So it says certificate teaching professional. Because there's different levels of certificates, you'll see like different requirements. So she has a professional license or certificate. Most recent validity period is 7/1/2015 to 6/30/2020. I'm not 100% sure what that's all about. So she got these certificates first issued July 1st, 2012. So we're going to go over, you'll see what the fields are, and then she has an endorsement too, which I looked up. I looked into a little further to see what the requirements and what she would have to do to get an endorsement and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, her certification field is social studies, special education, multi-categorical, and middle level social studies. And then she has endorsement field, gifted and talented. Now the endorsement field was issued July 1st, 2017. So first of all, let's just go back to her LinkedIn just to see if the dates match up, and then we'll go through some of this in detail here. Okay, so we have, well, first of all, let's see. So if she had her certification, well, her first one, because I mean, you would imagine that it would be South Carolina or North Carolina that she would be certified in first, right? So I don't know what other state to look in. So I'm guessing the South Carolina is her first one. The dates are earlier than the North Carolina one. So it's that's 2012 and then 2017. So let's just look real quick. So we have 2012. So she wouldn't have 2010 at-risk coordinator. So I guess she could have probably did that without a certification. Because if she really started that in 2010, she didn't get certified till 2012. So the only way this could be true is if that didn't require a certification. And then this too, which, I mean, those probably maybe didn't require one. Okay, I just wanted to double check that. Oh wait, let's look at our school. We have 2012 and 2017. So if this is true, which we don't know, if, let's say she did get a master's degree at Capella, then yeah, it would have been before, because she's claiming she graduated in 2011 from there. So her certification is 2012. So yeah, she would have graduated before and then got her certification the year after. Now, we don't know if she really did get her master's, but we do know this stuff's true because this is under the official websites. So she did get certified in 2012 and then endorsed in 2017. And then it would be basically, as she's getting this specialized degree, she would be certified in the middle of that and then go on to get her doctorate after she's certified. But like I said, I'm not saying all that's true, but what we do know is true is she was certified. So let's go back to that. Okay. So let's look. So what I did is I looked further into what these mean. So endorsement field, if you go, or certification field, here is the South Carolina information of like requirements and stuff. So she has some fields and endorsements. So for her fields, she has mid-level social studies right here, mid-level social studies 5 through 8. Okay, so you have mid-level social studies, because that is one of her fields. And then you have social studies, which is right here, 9 through 12. So she's basically certified for grades 9 through 12 social studies, and then the mid-level social studies, which is right here, 5 through 8. 5 through 8, 9 through 12. So basically 5th through 12. You look at it like that. And then you have special education multi-categorical. So let's go find special education right here. Multi-categorical right here. So that is all the way through grade 12. Then she has gifted and talented. This is an endorsement field, which is a little bit different than just a regular certification field. So it says, in addition to adding full fields to an existing certificate, an educator may add endorsements in specialized areas to recognize additional expertise. In order to add an endorsement, an educator must complete the specific requirements for the endorsement. Please be aware that endorsements cannot be initial fields of certification. These must be added to a pre-existing certification in a full field or fields. So we have these here. So she has, hers is gifted and talented right here. Gifted and talented. So that's her endorsement. Now let's see. So now for her to add these specific certification fields, it says the following minimum requirements must be met in order to add a teaching field to a certificate. So we have educator must hold an initial or professional certificate, and educator must have completed an approved educator preparation program for a teaching field. Exclusions and limitations may apply for educators that hold certifications solely in service, leadership, advanced fine arts, or Montessori fields. To add any specialized endorsement to a teaching certificate, an educator must meet the following prerequisites. So, a bachelor's degree or higher, initial professional or alternative route certificate at the early childhood, elementary, middle, secondary, or pre-K to 12 level, and then completion of all required coursework with an equivalent grade of C or better. An examination or assessment is not required to add an endorsement. So I'm going through this because this is showing basically since she had an endorsement, then this is this requirements that she would have had to meet in order to have that. So we were all wondering, what kind of education did she have? What did she have to do? So that is why I'm going through some of the requirements, because she would have had to have supplied these. I mean, she would have had to have met these requirements to get certified or to get the endorsement that she got. And then I go in to show the requirements of certain certifications she got. Career technical education, work-based certification, professional education coursework. So hers was a professional certification. So here's some of the coursework that she would have to do, the requirements. Okay, so her public schools of North Carolina. This is right from the official website. You have Letecia Lynn Stauch, licensed type educator. It's expired. Looks like it just expired because of the timing. So it's 5 years. Let's see. So licensed type educator, license status expired. Expiration date 6/30/2021. Effective date 7/1/2016. So license area, social studies 9 through 12, social studies 6 through 9, cross categorical K through 12, elementary education K through 6. So if you go back, okay, so this is 2016. She supposedly got this certification. So let's see. It would have been in the middle of her supposed doctorate, right? Which we don't know if that's true, but yeah. So she had her license, her education teaching license basically in South Carolina, now in North Carolina. So wait, 2016 compared to 2012. Okay. In South Carolina, it was 2012. And then 2017, she got the endorsement. And then in North Carolina, 2016, she got certified her license as an educator in North Carolina. So, like I said, she's must focus and major, like her specialty or whatever, is social studies, you could see. So shout out to Lynn. Thank you for helping me with finding this Colorado teaching certification. Actually, because of you, it made me look into the other states. So thank you. Thank you, Lynn. This is Colorado license. So we have, this is a professional teacher license because there's different levels, like I said before. We have endorsements, elementary education, K through 6, special education, generalist, 5 through 12, social studies education, 7 through 12. Status is revoked. So this is actually one that has some court documents, and this certification from Colorado got revoked because of what happened. So this is Letecia L. Stauch. So I don't know why for her South Carolina, she goes by Letecia H. Stauch. I have no idea why, if it was a typo or why did she put, for all the other, well, the other two, she put L, but for this one, she put H. Anyway, but yeah, so here she has Letecia L. Stauch. So when you click on these, let's click number 1. So we have this, the document that was attached to her revoked license. So it says State of Colorado Office Administration. So it's Colorado State Board of Education versus Letecia Lynn Stauch. This case is a proceeding before the Colorado State Board of Education, the board involving the professional teacher license of Letecia Lynn Stauch, respondent. The board was represented by Julie Tollison, First Assistant Attorney General. Respondent did not appear in this proceeding. Based upon respondent's failure to file a timely answer to the board notice of charges, an entry of default was issued on August 19, 2020. Respondent then had 10 days to show good cause why the default should be set aside. This says no motion to set aside the default was filed, and this matter became ready for issuance of an initial decision upon default. So finding of facts. The last address furnished by respondent to the board is redacted. Notice of the nature of this proceeding, the legal authority and jurisdiction under which it was held, and the matters of fact and law asserted was mailed by first-class mail to respondent at the above address on June 1st, 2020. The notice of duty to answer alerted respondent that failure to respond to the notice of charges within 30 days could result in a default decision issued against respondent's Colorado licensure. To date, no written answer to the notice of charges has been filed. Let's see. The board's motion for default was mailed by first-class mail to respondent address on July 23rd. So we know, like, she was already arrested. So yeah, she was already in jail by this time when they're mailing this stuff. This is respondent is deemed to have admitted the allegations of the notice of charges, which are incorporated herein as findings of fact. Conclusions of law. Respondent has received timely notice of the time, place, and nature of this hearing, of all matters of fact and law asserted, and of all matters required by section blah, blah, blah. So we have that. Says the respondent's default, the board is entitled to relief requested in the notice of charges. So here we go. The initial decision, the respondent did not appear in this matter to present any mitigating factors. There is no information before the administrative law judge indicating that some sanction other than revocation of the respondent's professional teacher license is appropriate in this case. The respondent's failure to appear demonstrates a lack of interest in maintaining her Colorado licensure. It is therefore the initial decision of the administrative law judge that respondent's Colorado professional teacher license, blah, 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 is revoked. So, and then the second document is this, where it says order of summary suspension in the matter of Letecia Lynn Stauch, Colorado professional teacher license, blah, blah, blah. The Colorado State Board of Education to Letecia Lynn Stauch. And then it has, okay, so education pursuant, it's got the statutes, and upon information obtained from other investigations and other reports concerning the matter referenced below, hereby finds the state board has jurisdiction in this matter. Stauch holds Colorado professional teacher license number, which became effective on March 28th, 2019, and expires March 28th, 2024. So, because we know she moved to Colorado in 2019, so that makes sense. Okay, so she got it basically a year before she was arrested for the murder. But anyway, so yeah, it became effective March 28th, 2019, expires March 28th, 2024. The license is accompanied by endorsements in elementary education, social studies education, and special education generalist. Stauch was previously employed by Academy 20 School District. On or about January 27, 2020, Stauch reported to El Paso County law enforcement that her stepson was missing. During the course of their investigation, law enforcement personnel found evidence that a violent event had occurred in the child's bedroom. The evidence included blood spatter and residue. Blood evidence was also found in Stauch's Volkswagen Tiguan. Stauch told a variety of conflicting stories to law enforcement. On February 28, 2020, investigators submitted a 32-page affidavit in connection with a request for an arrest warrant detailing the forensic and investigative evidence supporting their finding of probable cause that Stauch murdered her stepson on or about January 27, 2020. An El Paso County District Court judge issued an arrest warrant that same day. On March 2, 2020, Stauch was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, felony CA resulting in death, evidence tampering, and tampering with a deceased human body in El Paso County District Court case number. So it says Stauch's above described conduct constituted unethical behavior in violation of, because there is probable cause to believe that Stauch caused the death of a child and lied to investigators about it, among other things. Her license is subject to revocation pursuant to statute and rule. Moreover, if Stauch is convicted of a felony CA, murder, or any other crime of violence as defined in blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm not reading all the numbers. Hope that doesn't bother some of you. But anyway, revocation of her license will be mandatory pursuant to... The board has the authority to issue discipline, including suspending or revoking Stauch's teaching license pursuant to 22-60, blah, 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 whatever, the numbers. The Administrative Procedures Act, APA, and board rules enable the board to take emergency action in the form of summary suspension. Pursuant to 24-4-104 CRS, the board has objective and reasonable grounds to believe and finds, upon a full investigation, that based on the above described conduct, Stauch is guilty of deliberate and willful violations of the legal and professional standards that apply to licensees. The board also finds that because Stauch is charged with CA, and because her licensing purports to authorize her to obtain employment in a school environment, the public health, safety, or welfare imperatively requires emergency action. Therefore, the board is authorized to summarily suspend the Colorado teacher license issued to Letecia Stauch pursuant to... Okay, so wherefore it is hereby ordered the Colorado Professional Teacher's License number 0296096 issued to Letecia Stauch, along with any endorsements thereto, that administrative proceedings be instituted and determined promptly, and that a notice of agency adjudicatory proceeding be promptly prepared and sent to Letecia Stauch, and that Letecia Stauch shall immediately desist and refrain from any further act for which a teaching license is required by the state of Colorado. Done the 13th day of May 2020. Colorado State Board of Education. Angelica Schroeder. Okay, so I did want to go over this real quick. The Colorado requirements for what she has. So she has the endorsements, elementary education, K through 6, special education, generalist, 5 through 21, and then the social studies education, 7 through 12. Okay, so if you look at what kind of license she has a professional one. I'll show you again real quick. So you see it's a professional teacher's license. Okay, so here is the license type. This is professional, issued for 7 years. So hers would have been issued for 7 years. Initial Colorado license holder, or meets the requirements for a Colorado initial license. Completion of a Colorado State Board of Education approved induction program. Out-of-state applicants with a valid license may qualify with 3 years of full-time, fully licensed teaching experience in the content area requested within the past 7 years. So I'm not sure. This initial issued for 3 years. So then you have, let's see what else. So this is for the state of Colorado. Different requirements and stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's about all that we'll go over for that. Oh no, because we looked. It would have expired in 5 years though. Remember in those documents we were reading, it said she got it in 2019 and it would expire in 2024. So that's 5 years. So I'm a little bit confused because it does say, look, professional teacher's license. And if you look at the professional, it's supposed to be issued for 7 years, it looks like, but who knows? It looks like if you look at the other states, though, they are 5 years. Because look, that's 5 years. So I don't know why it says 7 over there. But yeah, let's look at them all together. So we have Okay, so to sum them all up, we got South Carolina, she got first in 2012, and then she got endorsed in 2017, but her fields were social studies, special education, and mid-level social studies. Endorsement, gifted and talented. How is she qualified to teach gifted and talented? That's kind of a scary thought. Dang. And then North Carolina, she got her license in 2016. Social studies 9 through 12, social studies 6 through 9. So basically cross-categorical K through 12 and elementary education K through 6. And then we have this. When we went through these legal documents, we see that she got this license in 2019, March 2019, and it's an elementary education K through 6, special education generalist 5 through 21, and then social studies education 7 through 12. So if you look, she basically had her license to teach from 2012 to when she got arrested in 2020, because this one was still active too until she got arrested. Oh, they all were. Yeah. So the Colorado ones got revoked because of what happened. The North Carolina one just expired. Then the South Carolina one got revoked too. And I'm not sure if that's because of what happened. I'm guessing because it says 6/30/2020. So I'm guessing that's why too. Not sure why North Carolina's didn't. But there you go. All right, guys. Let me know what you think. Thought I'd share it with you. I might move on to another case now, unless if there's something specific you want me to look up with Tisha. But I feel like we basically covered everything that we're gonna be able to find on her as far as like her education. I mean, I don't know as far as like checking if she has her master's, a doctorate. We did what we could. We went through the commencement, we went through the graduation list. It still kind of leaves us not sure because they're online schools, so I don't think we've got like a full complete list of that kind of stuff. And since they won't give us that information when I email them, I don't know if we'll ever be able to 100% confirm that unless if the colleges will give us some kind of complete list of graduates. And I just don't know when it comes to online stuff if we're going to get that. I could be wrong, and maybe the lists that we look through are a complete list, which would show that she didn't graduate with her master's or doctorate. But either way, I think we kind of covered everything that we can with the education. But yeah, if there's something specific that you want me to look more into, let me know. If not, I'll probably be looking into other cases now, unless if I find something interesting. So, all right, guys, have a good night, everybody. Bye.